possible that
It's possible that the market will react positively.
It's possible that we'll need to adjust our strategy.
It's possible that these regulations will affect our project timeline.
it's possible that there's a chance that
There's a chance that we might exceed our budget.
There's a chance that we could see a return on investment sooner than expected.
There's a chance that this approach may not work as we hope.
there's a chance that it remains unclear whether
It remains unclear whether the new policy will be implemented next quarter.
It remains unclear whether our competitors are also facing similar issues.
It remains unclear whether the client will renew their contract.
it remains unclear whether I'm not sure if
I'm not sure if we have the resources to pursue this opportunity.
I'm not sure if the team has the capacity to handle another project.
I'm not sure if the market trends will continue.
I'm not sure if we might need to consider
We might need to consider outsourcing some of our operations.
We might need to consider a delay in the product launch.
We might need to consider alternative suppliers.
we might need to consider depending on
Depending on the economic forecasts, we may need to revise our plans.
Depending on client feedback, we may need to iterate on the design.
Depending on regulatory changes, we may face additional compliance costs.
depending on as far as we know.
As far as we know, the merger talks are still ongoing. As far as we know, the merger talks are still ongoing.
As far as we know, the software update should resolve the issue.
As far as we know, the market conditions have not changed significantly.
As far as we know. We're currently exploring.
We're currently exploring various scenarios for our expansion.
We're currently exploring different funding options.
We're currently exploring how to best integrate new technologies.
We're currently exploring.
It's possible that the new regulations might impact our project timeline. We should prepare for any adjustment.
I'm not sure if we currently have all the resources to meet these new requirements. We may need additional support.
Depending on how the regulations are implemented, we might need to consider adjusting our strategy. Perhaps it's wise to start a preliminary risk assessment now.
That's a good point. Let's allocate some funds for potential contingencies and set up a task force to monitor these changes closely.
I'll coordinate with the team leaders to reassess our current resources and capabilities. We need to ensure we're not caught off guard.
It's possible that the upcoming software release could be delayed due to unforeseen bugs in the testing phase. We should prepare our stakeholders for this scenario.
I'm not sure if our current testing protocols are up to the challenge. We may need to integrate more rigorous stress tests to catch these issues earlier.
Depending on the results of the next test cycle, we might need to consider hiring additional temporary staff to handle the increased testing workload.
Let's set up a meeting with the QA team and the developers tomorrow. We need a detailed risk assessment and a revised timeline based on the latest test outcomes.